After 7 years, I'm ending the lifetime access to my whole Larsson Line and course package. End of the road, end of an era. Last chance to get it for life. So why? Not for the reasons you might expect. I let my mother explain the second reason. The first reason is very simple. Let's see if you can guess it. Everyone have been shocked that Bitcoin and all the altcoins jumped to impossible levels a couple of weeks ago. Guys, Larsson Line flipped blue. What did you expect? Jokes aside, let's look at 10 assets. Last year, Larsson Line flipped gold, Bitcoin new all-time highs. March, Larsson Line flipped blue. Bitcoin dumped exactly to the center of our target circle twice. Then bounce. Ethereum, Larsson Line blue for a year. This massive drop was completely avoidable. Solana, inverse head and shoulder and gold flip. We called this $20 entry. Ran up 10x. Then range consolidation. We called the range breakdown. Head and shoulders, Larsson Line blue, hit target level 0.00141 exactly, step by step in the TA reports. And if we go back further, the Larsson Line process identified the first run-up and avoided the FTX drawdown. In USD terms, this is 25,000% up and minus 97% avoided. Cardano, we literally called the top of ADA to BTC on the day, never recovered. Rune, proof that you can love a project for its fundamentals while avoiding the 75% drawdown from the Larsson Line blue flip. Sui, down, up, down. Perfect tracking. Jupiter, great project, but no need to hold through this downtrend. Larsson Line is blue. Meme coins, catch most of the uptrends, avoid much of the downtrends. Murad would have kept most of his millions with Larsson Line because his meme coins all flipped blue. He can repurchase his beloved coins at lower levels if they flip gold. KASPA caught most of the uptrend, avoided most of the downtrend. XRP, Larsson Line caught this gigapump and now preserving the capital you gained. Dogecoin, catching the pumps, avoiding the dumps. Render, Larsson Line gold, catching most of the uptrend, Larsson Line blue, avoiding most of the downtrend. Polygon MATIC, drawdown completely avoidable. How many examples do we need? Let's take a few stocks. NVDA, Larsson Line gold, consolidation, ascending triangle, breakout, Larsson Line gold flip, massive run up. The latest entry was here. Inverse head and shoulders, Larsson Line gold flip, up 500%, 600% to parabola break, and the trend could still hold. The AI trend might turn out stronger than the tariff debacle. MicroStrategy, up 800% from the latest Larsson Line gold flip. And it's not only upside. Larsson Line is actually more about capital preservation. Here's a stock I believed a lot in from a fundamental perspective and made a lot of money on back here. But then I kept that money because Larsson Line flipped blue and never recovered. Since then, it's minus 99% without me hodling in a downtrend. And it's not only US stocks. Here's the accounting software I used while I lived in Sweden. See for yourself. It's not that difficult. And physical gold. Larsson Line gold on every time frame since basically 1800 bucks. Generational breakout at 2000 with Larsson Line gold. Parabola still intact. I could do this all day. So what is the conclusion? What is the first reason I'm removing this lifetime access, you think? Let me tell you how this started. And you'll understand it. I built this to solve my own struggles in 2017-2018. I wasn't a career investor at all. I was the CTO, the technology man. I had no idea what I was doing in terms of charts or investing. I didn't even realize it was a skill. I thought it was something you just did. Went with my gut, like everyone else. One of my first crypto buys in 2017 after Bitcoin was NEO, Chinese Ethereum. It went up 100% in 4 days and I was a genius. Crypto trading is so easy. Where it really hit me was Link. I understood the technology in like 1 minute. Blockchain needs outside data. Oracles are the solution. This is it. I bought first Link at 40 cents on 8th of October 2017. I was so confident. It was my favorite coin. Then it went minus 90% against BTC. In 2018 July, I had given up and sold almost all of it. I was right about the technology. From here in USD terms, it went up 30,000%. 300x. Clearly, understanding technology wasn't enough. I held through the 90% downtrend and then missed the plus 30,000% uptrend. And this wasn't the only time. I did this over and over until I realized I'm not doing random mistakes. In terms of timing, I was worse than a monkey. I was systematically doing the wrong thing. That's where I got excited, because then there must also be a way to systematically do the right thing. So I started researching technology charts, read all the books, built a giant database. I think the only one of its kind at the time. My first finding was that tech stocks and crypto coin charts behave the same, just on different time frames. My second big insight was that in technology, there are usually only two outcomes: a giant success or a catastrophic failure, with very little in between. And because of that, it was easy to create a process and toolset that had consistent success on historic data. I was very happy. When I made this public, I said like this in 2018.
How can someone not want to learn to trade and invest in that?
Turned out, no one was interested at first. Not a single person. Zero. In fairness, I didn't know if it would work either. Of course, I thought so, but past performance truly is not a guarantee for future results. But over the years, turns out it did work. It worked better than in my wildest imagination, much to my own surprise. The process smashed it on tech stocks, smashed it on Bitcoin, and double smashed it on the altcoins, which was my initial inspiration. One key moment where a lot of people discovered the Larsson Line process was when it caught the blue flip in Luna before the crash.
So you got 50x up, 5,000% by applying this process. If you instead got in early and followed the hodl meme, you bought at 30 cents and now it's worth 3 cents, so you're down 90%. And from the top you're down 99.97%.
Another was when PlanB was predicting 100k with such certainty last cycle, causing a lot of people to lose a lot of money, while Larsson Line flipped blue at 49k, preserving people's capital. And of course the re-entry and gold flip at 17 to 20k at the beginning of this cycle, giving those that exited here 3 times as many BTC, while also containing the risk in case this had gone even lower. So over these 7 years, people have slowly discovered this process, and it has grown. And I also said this in 2018.
I haven't decided on how long I will run this course.
I thought maybe a few months. It became 7 years. But now the time has come. The deal is too good. That is the first reason. We have people who have enjoyed this process for 6 more years, not paying a penny. It's too generous. And as my YouTube channel grows, more and more people are discovering it. And it starts getting too big. And I need to stop it before it starts impacting liquidity for my own trades. Liquidity here means that other people are trying to buy the same thing at the same time as me, or sell at the same time. I did this because I needed it myself. I will end the one-off deal now in April 2025 at peak success. This will be your last chance to get it for life. Then that's it. The deal is too good. Of course, past performance is not indicative of future success. All investment is risky. You always risk losing your money. There are no guarantees here either. The only thing I can say is that if you do like I did in the beginning and just go with your gut, with no tools, no process, no education, you'll probably lose. Swedish Finance Inspection has an official report showing that the majority of Swedes lost money in Bitcoin sets over these years, even though Bitcoin went up 500%, 1000%, 3000%. A monkey would have smashed it, people lost money. How is that even possible? Because without any process at all, they get the timing consistently wrong, just like I did. To be exactly clear on what you get, the Larsson Line process, which isn't the indicator alone, it's how I trend trade technology. entries, exits, step-by-step process. The course, 21 episodes. If you don't understand why, you can't stick to the process. The Larsson Line indicator, current version 2 for TradingView. Included free, $0, no recurring costs. Access to our Discord server, a group of like-minded people sharing a common process and toolset is very powerful. And my TA report every Friday until June 2026 next year. So that's over 50 reports. This is not lifetime because I have to write it. The rest here is. And this is the deal that is too good, the deal that I'm removing, last chance. After April, everyone who have this for life will keep it. Everyone coming new will have to pay each year. Terms and conditions apply, things like I die or the businesses doesn't exist anymore and so on. So now go here, ctolarsson.com, and press course and indicator and freaking get it if you haven't already. You can pay with card, with PayPal, or with Bitcoin, crypto, stablecoin, whatever you want. If we get too many signups at the same time, I will take it offline ahead of schedule. So if you're planning to do it, I recommend to do it now. There is actually a second reason also why I'm ending the offer, which is more personal, more about who I am as a person. If you're interested in hearing the second reason also, keep watching. If you just want the stuff, go to ctolarsson.com. Press the button. Here is my amazing mother. You have also created disruption.
Jag upplevde att vi behövde göra någonting för att förbättra tillgängligheten för svenska invånare till vården. Och då kom jag på att starta 1177.
And what is that for people outside Sweden?
You can call a national number and get healthcare, advice and help when you are sick.
And some examples.
It's not so easy to get ill or have sick children. So some people went to the emergency room when they felt some symptoms. They didn't need to go to emergency. Maybe they need a glass of water. En annan person ringde till 1177 och berättade att den personen hade varit i Turkiet på semester och kommit hem och kände sig sjuk. Hade varit hos doktorn på morgonen och doktorn gav medicin mot magsjuka. Men personen kände sig fortfarande väldigt sjuk och ringde till 1177. Och då var det en sjuksköterska som tog emot det samtalet och lyssnade in vad patienten berättade och tänkte, men det här kan vara 2 sjukdomar istället. Så hon sa det till patienten, lägg inte på luren, vara kvar. Jag ringer efter en ambulans. Ambulansen kom och satte på elektroder, skickade iväg EKG till sjukhuset och där är hjärtläkare och såg, det är början på en hjärtinfarkt och sa, patienten måste komma in nu till sjukhuset direkt. Och ambulansen tog patienten med sig direkt upp till operation och de opererade och patienten blev frisk. Och det kändes så fint att vi kan hjälpa patienterna direkt in till rätt vård vid rätt tillfälle.
And this also saved resources.
Vi arbetade för att få patienterna till rätt instans direkt. Det skulle kunna vara ju till akutmottagning direkt eller till en vårdcentral, men också få egenvårdsråd hemma. Och med det sättet som vi arbetade så sparade vi 97 miljoner i ett litet område. Tittar man på hela Sverige så var det ett jättestort belopp vi sparade som kunde användas till annan vård.
You made a major disruption. You improved the quality and saved costs. It was in every way better. What did the incumbents think about that? The existing heads of clinics and so on.
Det var tufft. Det var mycket tufft och det var svårt att starta någonting helt nytt som inte hade funnits i Sverige. Och många chefer tyckte att vad är det Laila håller på med och ska starta nu i Östergötland. Det var väldigt, väldigt svårt.
So you took resources from the legacy to something new, and then usually the legacy people, they don't like it. But what kept you going?
Jag var helt säker på att vi skulle kunna förbättra vården och förbättra tillgängligheten till allmänheten. Och därför ville jag starta detta och det gick att starta.
So having a purpose. Does all this sound familiar if you're thinking about current technology introductions and so on?
Om ni har en god idé och ni önskar starta någonting så ge inte upp. Förverkliga era goda idéer.
You were then the operating head for this function for 10 years.
Yes.
And you had great KPIs, like time to answer and so on.
Ja, vi besvarade 90% av alla samtal inom 3 minuter.
I know that now it has gotten worse, now that you are retired. Learning from that is that the idea is not enough, execution also matters. And you picked the number.
Yes, I did. I wanted a number that is easy to remember.
Now let's change topic. How was I as a child?
Alltså mamma, så måste jag säga att du var helt unik och fantastisk, Anders, med dina uppfinningar och dina konstruktioner och allt vad du hittade på, både som barn och ungdom och i vuxen ålder.
Can you give some examples?
Jag kan ge många exempel. Jag kommer ihåg när du var ett litet barn så gjorde du en automatisk dörröppnare till ditt pojkrum. För då började det att ringa och klinga och något ramlade ner när någon skulle försöka komma in på ditt rum.
Jag kommer ihåg det, automatiska dörröppnaren.
När du var tonåring så konstruerade du bland annat en körande bil med en riktig bilratt. När du körde den bilen, plötsligt så är det någon som springer över vägen och då kunde man läsa av, kunde du stanna din bil eller körde du och krockade? Vad hände? Och det blev så populärt och intressant för hela Sverige så att bilskolor i Sverige köpte din uppfinning och försäkringsbolag. Och Anders, du räddade många människors liv med att få lära sig att se. Så lång tid tar det att bromsa och stanna en bil. Fantastiskt!
Yeah, that was the moose box, I remember.
Och det här projektet finansierade dina universitetsstudier, Anders. Och du har skapat den digitala telefonen som finns runt om i världen. Och du har fått ett stort miljöpris. Du ligger alltid ett steg före alla vi andra och det är det som är så spännande med det. Och nu kommer du med nya idéer och nya konstruktioner och allt vad du hittar på. Jag är så stolt över dig, Anders. Ja.
So the second reason is I need to push forward for myself. Many of you who are new here maybe don't know that I played a key role in creating the mobile broadband technology, the 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G that you all use today. Arguably the biggest technology of all time with 8 billion subscriptions. Then, at the peak of my career, I ended it. When something has become successful, I don't want to rest on past achievements. That's boring. I kind of have to move forward. For absolute clarity here, I'm not retiring the product, just the one-off deal. The product is more relevant than ever. The principles of how technology evolves were the same when I was a teenager doing the moose box as it is now. Math is timeless. Human psychology isn't changing. Imagine if I knew investing back then, when I was the very first on all those technologies. If someone had offered me this lifetime process back then, the return would have been unbelievable. One thing I'm most proud of with the Larsson Line process is the AI resistance it has shown. Many other processes have stopped working completely because they relied on mechanisms that AI can do better and faster than people. This is still working because I thought about it from the start. I programmed AI 30 years ago. So I'm not pivoting away from blockchain or tech investing. I'm doubling down. I'm freeing up time for me to take my analytics research and products forward. So last chance, guys and girls, end of an era. Go here, press the button. Thank you, Tack. CTO Larsson out.